recording. Don't-
Okay, sir. It's okay, sir. You can continue.
Okay. So if we are going to assign a color to a vertex or kth vertex, then this is the vertex number where we are going to assign this color. Now, this next value k is being used to assign, as it is commented, assign to xk a legal color. So the value x is a matrix. So here, this is basically if we consider x matrix. In this x matrix, what will be the size of x? If there are n number of vertices in the given graph, then these indexes are x1, 2, say it's n. So n number of cells are there. So size of this array x is basically 1 to n. So size is n. So if its size is n, then the value which will be stored in this position. So if this value is 1, that means vertex 1 is colored with color 1. If this value is 2, then vertex 2 is colored with color 2. If the next position 3 is assigned with 1, that means vertex 3 is assigned by color 1. So in this way, so basically the value of xk, the value of xk will represent, if this value is y, that means we are using color code y to vertex k. Okay, so we're trying to find this legal color. So this function next value k will return a legal color. So if xk equals to 0, then no color is available. So if xk equals to 0, no new color is available. So in M coloring problem, we can restrict it. So there are two ways of coloring of graph. So one is you have to find minimum number of color. We are going to find minimum number of color, and another choice is, okay, so in one choice we can try to find minimum number of color which is required to color this whole graph, and another option is if m number of colors are given, so m is the maximum number of colors which is given, you have to check whether this graph can be colored using m number of colors. Okay, so let us try with this one. So this, so first time this loop will be iterated. So this is a loop. So in this M coloring problem, this is a loop which is running. So you are repeating this operation. So say next value k. So assign to xk a legal color. So we are going to, let us go to this next value function. So if this next value function, so this is a function. Okay, so this is the next value function. So using this next value function, we are going to assign some color to vertex k. So if xk equals, it is being assigned by xk plus 1 mod m plus 1. So m is the maximum number of color which we are going to assign. Okay, so m is the maximum number of color. So if m is given, so we are restricting the number of colors by which the graph will be colored. So if m number of colors are sufficient to color this graph, this algorithm will return true, otherwise it will return false. Okay, so so let us determine a color. So if some color is assigned previously. So say xk plus 1, it's mod m plus 1. So say a graph contains 20 vertices. The graph contains 20 number of vertices and we are using 10 colors. So the value of n equals to 20, where the value of n equals to 10. So maximum 10 colors can be used to color this graph. So we have to check whether 10 colors are sufficient to color this graph or not. Okay. So if some value is assigned previously, so xk plus 1. So if none of this value is assigned at the very beginning, what will be the value of xk? Xk will be 0. When this vertex is not colored, then the value of xk is 0. So we will add 1. So we will try to assign first color to this vertex. So if now this value xk plus 1, this value is 1. So it will be modulo of 10 plus 1. So if we perform modulo, then this value is 1. So current value of xk is 1. Okay. Now if xk equals to 0, so xk equals to 0 means we are repeating this operation. So in every iteration, the value of xk will be incremented by 1. So we are trying to apply. Is there any query? Hello?
Sir,
Bolo?
sir, why are we doing mod m plus 1 and not mod m?
Not mod m. The reason is, if we say we have 10 colors, so where from this color codes will be started? Color code will be started from 1 and it will run up to 10. Okay. So if the value of, if say this, the value of xk is 9 at this moment, at any moment say that value of xk equals to 9. If value of xk equals to 9, then we will try to apply next color. So if we choose next color, then what will be the value? Xk plus 1, that means 9 plus 1. So this value is 10. So if this value is 10, 10 mod 10 means what?
0.
If 10 mod 10 is 0, the problem is now it will return to 0. If this value returns to 0, so can you try to assign color number 10 to this vertex? Because 10 mod 10 becomes 0. This value is 0. So if this value becomes 0, then after choosing color 9, we are unable to choose next color, because till now we have another color 10. So if we perform modulo by m plus 1, then when this value is 10, then 10 mod 11, 10 mod 11. So that means this value is 10. So in that level, we will try to assign color 10 to that vertex. But when this value, next value, xk is 10, and next time you will try with the next value. So if you try with the next value, so 10 plus 1 mod 11, this value is 0. So we have started from the beginning and we have tried with all the possible colors, but none of this color, if none of this color is can be assigned to this vertex, then this function will return. So all colors have been used. So that's why, not to interrupt or break this loop at color number 9, if m number of colors are given, we should try up to color m. That's why m plus 1 is being used as a modulo operation. But if you implement it using C programming language, then as the starting index, you can choose the first value as 0. Hello? Okay, forget about any programming language. So if we run this technique, so using this technique, we can, in every step, in every iteration, we will try to use next color. So that this one, the next value is not being interrupted after 9. That's why m plus 1 is being used for modulo operation. Is it, whether your doubt is clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So here the next color is being chosen. So after choosing this color, now when this, we will come to this point later. Now if xk equals to 0, then it will return. Now after choosing a color xk, let us go to this loop. Okay, starting from j equals to 1 to n, to check something. So what we have to check, whether its adjacent vertices are assigned by the same color or not. So if we consider a graph, so G is given. So G is basically this graph, or K is the vertex, and K is the vertex number which is being checked for coloring, and check all the vertices which are adjacent of J. So we are representing this value Kj. So this Kj equals to 0 if this value Gkj will be 0 if they are not adjacent, and if they are adjacent, this value will be 1. So if this value is 1, not equals to 0, that means this one is adjacent, and xk equals with xj. That means color of both of these vertex which we have chosen for vertex k, if the same color is already assigned to vertex j, if the same color is assigned to the vertex j, then we have to break. So if we are going to apply some color to vertex k which we have chosen earlier, we have chosen some color. So when we are trying to apply this color, we have to check whether its neighboring vertices, in any neighboring vertex, same color is used. So if same color is used in some of its adjacent vertices, then it will break. So the same color, the color xk cannot be used to assign to this vertex. Are you getting the point? So this is the condition. So if same color is already in use to some of its neighbors, then immediately it will break, and we will try to apply next color. So this should be performed for all the vertices which are adjacent of vertex k. As in the example, hello.
Sir, how xk equals to xj is checking that it's adjacent or not?
Initially, if a graph is given, initially all the positions of x is assigned by 0, as 0 is not a valid color. So initially all the values are 0. So when we are going to check whether vertex k, say this is the vertex k, if this vertex k can be assigned by some current color we have chosen. So we have chosen some color using this function. We have chosen some color using this function. So say
Yes, sir.
at this moment xk equals to, say this value is 4. Okay, so the value of xk equals to 4. Say we are choosing color 4 to assign to vertex k. Okay, now when we are going to, and say the current value of k equals to 7. So current value of k equals to 7. So this represents that we are trying to assign color 4 to vertex 7. Okay, so we have chosen this xk equals to 4, so we are trying to assign color 4 to vertex 7. Okay, now when we are going to assign it, then we have to check who are the adjacent vertices of vertex k. So the connectivity will be represented by adjacency matrix. So this adjacency matrix is G. Okay, so starting from 1, there are n number of vertices, and starting from 1, there are n number of vertices. So in this way, this matrix is already formed. So if we have this graph and we are going to assign a color k to a vertex, assign a color 4 to vertex k. So say this is the vertex k. So who are adjacent of k, these values are kept at this position. If this value is 1, that means k is adjacent of vertex 1. If this value is 0, 2 is not adjacent of vertex 1. Then if the next value is 1, then 3 is adjacent of vertex 1. So in this way, so who are adjacent of vertex 1, those will be checked. So for all the vertices starting from 0, 1 to n. So starting from, say this is the index j. So j equals to 1 to n, who are adjacent of k, those can be checked by checking this row. So in those, but this value is 1, they are adjacent. So if this kj, gkj not equals to 0, if gkj not equals to 0, then these two vertices are adjacent, k and j vertex, these two vertices are adjacent. If these two vertices are adjacent, then we will check that xk, whether x equals to xj. So if k is adjacent of vertex k, current value we have chosen for kth vertex is 4. If already color 4 is assigned to some vertex, to some j vertex, okay, if the same color is already assigned, if the same color is already assigned to vertex j, then we can't assign this color xk to vertex k. That's why it will break. Is there, whether your question doubt is clear?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise I can repeat. Is there?
Yes, sir, it's clear. It's clear, sir.
Okay. So once this color, so if these two colors are same, then it will break. So if this loop breaks at any point, what will be the value of n? Sorry, value of j. The value of this iterator will be less than equals to n. Okay. So if the value of j, if at any intermediate position, if this break statement is being executed, then j will never reach, never exceed n plus, never exceed n. So the value of j will be less than equals to n. So that will indicate that this color is already is assigned to some adjacent vertex, so we can't use it. Now, if we then we have to try with some new color. Now, if j is n plus 1, that means this loop has been iterated successfully, all the iterations. If all the iterations are successfully executed, that means no break statement is called, then none of its adjacent vertices are colored with the color code 4. So then we will return. So that means this color code 4 can be assigned to this vertex k. Okay, so if this color code 4 is not used to in any of its adjacent vertices, then color code 4 can be assigned to vertex k. Okay, so this is the function by which next color code will be chosen. If this loop breaks, then this value, if this loop breaks and in any intermediate position, then j will never exceed the value of n, so it will not return, so it will go to next line. So that means in next iteration, so this iteration, if we fail in its intermediate or in its nested for loop, if it breaks at any position, then the next iteration of the outer loop will be executed. So in the next iteration, we will choose next color. So at this moment, the value of xk equals to 4. So in the next iteration, it will be 4 plus 1. We will try to apply 4 plus 1. That means color 5 mod 11. So color 5 mod 11 is 5. So we'll try to apply this color. So the current value of xk will be 5. If the current value of xk is 5, then again this inner loop will be executed and it will check whether color 5 is assigned to any of its neighboring vertex. If it fails again, if this loop breaks, then this condition will not be satisfied. So it will iterate the outer loop. So in the next iteration of the outer loop, it will choose the next color 6 and it will check whether color 6 can be assigned to this vertex or not. So in this way, this loop will run. Okay, so the purpose of the next value function is to find a color, a suitable color, which can be assigned to vertex k. Okay, so in this way, this next value function will work. Now we're returning back to the previous function from which this next value function is being called. So repeat this on. So next value k. So we'll try. So we'll start with k equals to 1. This algorithm will start with k equals to 1. So if the next value k returns a value, then if it returns a value, then xk will not be 0. Xk equals to 0. That means no color can be assigned to this vertex within the range of 1 to m. If within this color set, if anyone can be assigned to this function, then the value of x, the corresponding value will be returned by this next value function. So if this function returns 0, if the value of xk becomes 0, then using m coloring, this graph cannot be colored. Now if k equals to n, so in this way this loop will run. So in every iteration of this loop, 1 by 1 vertex will be colored. Okay, so first time the value of k equals to 1, so we are going to assign some color to vertex 1. If we are able to assign a color, then what is the current value of k? K equals to 1. Then what is the value of n? If we assume the number of vertices is 20, then these two are not equal, so it will not be executed. it will go to next vertex. So this M coloring function is being recursively called. So if we call this function recursively, we have to try to apply some color to the next vertex. So here M coloring function is being called with parameter k plus 1. So k plus 1 means when this recursive function will be called, what will be the value of k? Now the value of k equals to 2. So in the next recursive call, we are trying to choose a color using next value function, which will be assigned to vertex 2 or kth vertex. So if we successfully assign a color to vertex 2, then again from this function, next vertex colored, so the current value of k equals to 2, so 2 plus 1 equals to 3. So in the next recursive call, the value of k equals to 3, we are trying to apply a color to vertex 3. In this way, this recursive function will be executed recursively. This function will be executed until k equals to n. So when this value k becomes n, for this example, if k becomes 20, then all the vertices are colored. So if all the vertices are colored, then we will just print the solution matrix, nothing else. We have to just print this solution matrix as all the vertices are colored. Should I repeat this function?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, রিপিট করলে একটু সুবিধা হয়।
মানে whether you have any doubt in next value function?
মানে একটা এক্সাম্পল দিয়ে যদি বোঝান, আসলে লগ ইন করে আস্তে আস্তে একটু দেরি হয়ে গেছিল স্যার।
আমার সেশন হয়তো কেটে গেলে আমি আবার কানেক্ট করছি। ওকে, let us take one example. Say I have a graph, vertex 1, vertex 2, vertex 3, হ্যাঁ হ্যালো, এই শান্তনি, আমি একটু ক্লাস নিচ্ছি, আমি তোকে কল ব্যাক করছি একটু পরে। Okay. So this is the graph which is given. The graph. Okay, let it be more complex. Okay. So these are the vertex numbers. So we will use some color within this circle if this color is being assigned to this vertex or not. Okay. So first we have to form an adjacency matrix. So we have 6 vertices. If at any moment you are being disconnected, immediately inform me. Okay. Because the maximum session time is 40 minutes in Zoom. Okay. So vertex 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1 and 1, 0, main diagonal. Vertex 1 and 2 is connected 1 and 6 is connected 1 and 3, 1 and 4. Vertex 2, 1. Vertex 2, then 2 is connected with 6, 4, 5. 2 is connected with 6, 5, 4. 2 is not connected with 3. Okay. Vertex 3 is connected with 6, 1 and 4. 1, 4 and 6. So remaining values are 0. Vertex 4 is connected with 3, 1, 2, 5. 1, 3, 2 and 5. Vertex 5 is connected with 2 and 4. So vertex 5 is connected with 2 and 4. 6 is connected with 2, 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. So these values are 0. Okay, so this is the adjacency matrix of this graph. Now we will store this solution in an array X. It's a one-dimensional array. So this one. So if it's an X, then initially the value of this will be, all of these values are 0. Okay. Now using M coloring, we'll start with k equals to 1. So forget this one. So the initial value of k equals to 1. So at this moment, the value of k equals to 1. We will start from this. Say we are trying to apply 4 colors. We will check whether 4 colors are sufficient to color this graph. So this problem can be named as 4 coloring problem. So this is M coloring or 4 coloring. Okay, so first time k equals to 1. So when k equals to 1, this loop will iterate. So first time this next value function will be called with this parameter k equals to 1. So if we call this function next value with k equals to 1, then it will go to this function. So at this moment the value of k equals to 1. So if the value of k equals to 1, then what is the current value of xk? x1 is 0. In this solution, all the values are initialized by 0. So the value of xk equals to, the value of xk equals to 0. So it will be, now we will check xk plus 1. So 0 plus 1. Okay. So 0 plus 1 means 1. Mod, we are using 4 coloring. So mod 4 plus 1. So that means 5. So 1 mod 5 means 1. So if 1 mod 5 is 1, then what is the current value of xk? Xk is 1. So let us assign this value here. Sorry. So let us assign this value 1 here. So xk, k equals to 1. Now this value is being assigned by 1. Okay. Now if this value is 1, whether xk equals to 0? No. So it will not return. Now we'll try to check whether this value can be assigned to kth vertex or not. So we'll start from j equals to 1 to n. So if we start from j equals to 1 up to n, we will check that whether any adjacent vertex is colored by the same color or not. So we'll go to this matrix. Now let us check. So k equals to 1, vertex vertex 2 is adjacent. So if vertex 2 is adjacent, so how do you check vertex 2 is adjacent? So here G vertex 2, J equals to 2 and K equals to 1, 1, 2 are adjacent. So this value is 1, it's not equals to 0. So if these two vertices are adjacent, we will check whether xk and xj are same. So if xk and xj is are same, that means what is the value of xj at this moment? What is the value of xj? If j is adjacent vertex, then value of xj, so xj, j means 2, so the value of xj equals to 0. This value is at this moment, this value is 0. If this value is 0 and the current value of xk equals to 1, these two are not equal, then we will try to check the other adjacent vertices. So this value will remain same. So if these values are not equal, it will not break. It will go to next iteration. Then it will start. It will try with j equals to 3. If vertex 3 is adjacent, then it will check the color. As none of these vertices are assigned by color 1, that's why it will never break this loop. So if this loop is not being broken, then it will go to next line. What is the value of j? J equals to n plus 1. So the value of j will be n plus 1. So if the value of j becomes n plus 1, then it will return. So when it will return, so basically it will return a success statement. So if it returns a success statement, then the value of xk is assigned by 1. As we have the current value of xk equals to 1, so we are assigning color 1 to vertex 1 successfully. So if xk not equals to 0 or xk is 0, then it will return, because 0 is returned by this function. So if 0 is being returned by this function, that indicates that this none of this color can be used to color this vertex. But as it is the starting vertex, then there is no issue. So it will not be 0. Now it will go to if k equals to n. K equals to, at this moment, k equals to 1. What is the value of n? N, in our example, n equals to 6. These two are not equal. If these two are not equal, it will go to else statement. In else statement, we are calling m coloring with k plus 1. So k plus 1 means 1 plus 1. Now in the next call, we are trying to, what will be received by this value? Variable k. Now k equals to 2. So in the next iteration, we are trying to assign some color to vertex 2. Okay. So in the next recursive call, this loop will be again repeated. So let us check. So next value k. So current value of k equals to 2. So go to this function next value k. If next value is k, then go to this. So k equals to, at this moment, this value is 2. So xk, what is the value of xk? x2, the value of x2 is 0. You can check it here. The value of x2 is 0. If the value of x2 is 0, then we will try to assign next color. So what will be the next color? 0 plus 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. Mod m plus 1, again this value is 1. So the current value of xk is 1. Okay. So if the current value of xk is 1, then this condition is not true. Xk is not equals to 0. So this loop, this one will not return here. So it will go to next loop. Now it will try with j equals to 1 up to n. It will check the adjacent vertices of k. Okay. So the current value of k equals to 2. So who are the adjacent vertices for all the values of j starting from 1 up to n? if this vertex is adjacent, then it will check whether the same color is used to this vertex. Now at this moment, what is the value of k? K equals to 2, j equals to 1. Okay. Now xk, what is the current value of xk? We have chosen current value of xk equals to 1. What is the value of xj? J equals to 1. So xj means x1. So x1, what is the value of x1? In this example, the value of x1 equals to 1. If the value of x1 equals to 1, then this condition is true. If this condition is true, it will break this statement. So if it breaks, then color 1 cannot be assigned to vertex 2. Now, whether j equals to n plus 1, j is less than n plus 1. When this loop breaks, then the value of j equals to 1. So this condition is false. If the condition is false, it will not return. So it will go to next iteration of this repeat until loop. So in the next iteration, what will be the value of xk? At this moment, the value of xk equals to 1. So 1 plus 1. That means this value is 2. 2 modulo m plus 1. So the value is again 2. So current value of xk is 2. Now if the current value of xk is 2, this condition is false, then it will go to next loop. Then it will check the color for all the adjacent vertices, as this color is not used in other vertices. That's why this loop will successfully completed without any break. So if without any break this loop is being completed, then what is the value of j? J becomes, then when this loop will break, the value of j will be n plus 1. J is an iterator. So when this loop will break, then the value of j will be n plus 1. So if this value is n plus 1, it indicates that this loop has been completed without any break statement. So if the value of j is n plus 1, then it will return. So if it returns, then some value is assigned to k. So what is the value assigned to variable xk? So for x, k equals to 2 here. So for xk, the value which is assigned here is 2. So instead of this one is 2. So in this way, in the next iteration, so next value will return color code 2. Xk is not equals to 0, k is not equals to n. So it will go to else. M coloring will be called with the current value of k. So current value of k equals to 2. So 2 plus 1. Now the value which is being passed as a parameter, this value is 3. So current value of k equals to 3. So in this recursive function, we are trying to choose a color for vertex 3. So in this way, this one will run.
বুঝতে পারছি স্যার।
Okay. Is there any doubt? Anyone else? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Acha. Okay. So this is the way you can try in your home to write the program for the students of CSE. You should try this program in your home. Whether you have completed it in lab.
না স্যার, হয়নি এখনো ল্যাবে।
না স্যার হয়নি।
Basically, laboratory assignments will be shared by today. So try to complete it within 2 or 3 days. And one quiz will be taken tomorrow. So I can inform in Google Classroom. So a quiz will be taken tomorrow.
স্যার কুইজ বলতে অ্যাসাইনমেন্টের মতো
Assignment. মানে MCQ.
স্যার আমার গুগল ক্লাসরুমে অ্যাটাচ করা যাচ্ছে না কিছু। হ্যালো,
হ্যাঁ সূর্য সুন্দর, এর কি
হ্যাঁ স্যার বলছি, কাল সার্ভার রিজেক্টেড এরর দেখাচ্ছে।
আমাকে পরে পরে তুমি
কালকে ওকে ওকে স্যার,
ফোন করো, আমি করে দিই।
ওকে ওকে স্যার।
Any other problem or any part which we need to repeat, we can discuss. Okay, আমি কয়েকটা ব্যাপার একটু জানতে চাই। Are you facing any problem that someone can দাঁড়াও একটু স্ক্রিনটা থেকে হ্যালো, তোমরা কেউ কি তোমাদেরকে বের করে দিতে পারছে এখান থেকে, বা কল টার্মিনেট করতে পারছে, এরকম করা যাচ্ছে কি? তোমাদের কি সেই কন্ট্রোল আছে?
না
না,
স্যার,
স্যার,
এটা আপনি
না, স্যার।
পারমিশন না দিলে হবে না।
মানে এখন যে স্ট্যাটাসে আছে তাতে যাচ্ছে না তো?
না না
না স্যার,
স্যার।
এটাই ভালো স্কাইপের চেয়ে।
ঠিক আছে, তাহলে এটাতেই করছি। কালকে তোমরা তাহলে
ওকে
কুইজ গুলো দিয়ে নাও, নেওয়ার পর আমি কালকের দিনটা তাহলে আর কিছু নিচ্ছি না, তোমাদেরকে সন্ধ্যার দিকে একবার কুইজ আমি নিয়ে নেবো। ঠিক আছে?
ওকে স্যার, ওকে স্যার।
অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট অবভিয়াসলি ছোট করে অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট দেওয়া হবে, এত বড় ভলিউমের অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট থাকবে না। আমি বুঝতে পারিনি তখন যে তোমাদেরকে প্রত্যেকটা উইকে এতগুলো করে অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট দিতে হবে। যাই হোক, আমি একটা দুটো কোশ্চেনের অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট আর আমি কিছু পাঠাচ্ছি। ঠিক আছে? তাহলে
ওকে স্যার।
ঠিক আছে। আচ্ছা, সূর্য বোধহয় আমাকে মেসেজ করেছিলে। আচ্ছা, যাদের হয়ে গেছে, আমি নতুন কিছু ডিসকাস করছি না, যাদের যা কিছু কোয়ারি আছে সেটা নিয়ে। সূর্য বোধহয় আমাকে মেসেজ করেছিল, একটা প্রবলেম আছে না?
আমি সূর্য সুন্দর তো স্যার?
হ্যাঁ,
হ্যাঁ স্যার, ওই ইয়েটার জন্য কি বলে, ওই ক্লাসরুমটার জন্য।
ক্লাসরুমে। আচ্ছা, আর
স্যার ইসি নেক্সট ক্লাস কবে হবে?
একসাথেও বসতে পারো, মানে তোমাদের তো পার্টিসিপেন্ট 7-8 জনের বেশি নয়।
ওকে স্যার, তাহলে সেটাই বেটার হবে। তাহলে কি কালকে হবে নেক্সট ক্লাস?
কালকের দিনটা করো না, কালকে তোমাদেরকেও কুইজ দিতে হবে আমাকে, আর 10টা কোশ্চেনের হয়তো একটা কুইজ দিতে হবে, কারণ কে পাঠাচ্ছে। আমি কালকে ক্লাস
ফরম্যাটটা কি হবে?
এমসিকিউ।
না মানে ওই আপনি আগের বার যেমন কোশ্চেন সেট পাঠিয়েছিলেন, ওটা একটা ডেটের মধ্যে পাঠাতে, ওরকম টাইপের?
না না, আমি এখানে ক্লাসরুম দিয়ে আমি গুগল ফর্ম দিয়ে এক্সামটা নিয়ে নেব।
ওকে, মানে কালকে ইনস্ট্যান্টলি হয়ে যাবে তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ, ওই 10 থেকে 15 মিনিটস টাইম দেওয়া হবে, ওর ভেতরেই তোমরা নেবে, নিয়ে সেটাকে সাবমিট করবে। মানে লং টার্মের জন্য দেওয়া হবে না, ওরকম হয়তো 15 মিনিট ডিউরেশনের জন্য।
ক্লাসরুমে সাবমিট
গুগল ফর্ম, বেসিক্যালি গুগল ক্লাসরুম লিংকটা দেওয়া থাকবে, গুগল ফর্মে সাবমিট করবে।
ইয়ে থেকেই আপনার বাদ হয়ে কি বলে জনতা কার্ফু যেদিন ছিল রবিবার,
ওকে স্যার
সেদিন থেকেই আমার তো আশা বন্ধ করে দিয়েছে।
ঠিক আছে, আমি তাহলে
বলছি আমার স্ট্রেশনস ম্যাট্রিক্স মাল্টিপ্লিকেশনের প্রবলেম ছিল, আপনাকে মেসেজ করেছিলাম।
হ্যাঁ, তুমি যে বললে হয়ে গেছে, না
না না না,
তোমারটাতে প্রবলেম আছে না?
স্ট্রেশনস মাল্টিপ্লিকেশনটা বুঝতে পারছি না ঠিক।
আচ্ছা, মানে মাল্টিপ্লিকেশন বুঝতে পারছো না বলতে কোন জায়গাটা?
মানে ওটার যে পুরো ফর্মুলা বেস জিনিসগুলো আছে, মানে ওইগুলো কি জাস্ট ফর্মুলা গুলো মেমোরাইজ করতে হবে? আমি সেটা জিনিসটা ক্লিয়ার হচ্ছে না। মানে ওখানে তো প্রত্যেকটা স্টেপে দেখছিলাম আমি ফর্মুলা মনে রাখতে হচ্ছে একটা, মানে প্রথম থেকে।
এখানে ফর্মুলা তোমাকে মনেই রাখতে হবে। Reverse derivation is not in your syllabus. Even the derivation is not available. It is not known till date that how.
ফর্মুলা গুলো মেমোরাইজ করে নোটটা সলভ করব তো?
হ্যাঁ, till now it's not known how Strassen derived these equations, but if you use these equations for square matrix having 2 to the power n order, then you will get the correct answer. The reverse using the formula, you can prove that you will get the correct answer.